We're on the Olympic Peninsula and we're gonna do something that I've never actually done before, which is I'm going to go on a little overnight backpacking trip. It's my first time ever backpacking. I go camping a lot, but seldom am I ever actually carrying my camping gear on my back. So it's a learning experience. I'm sure there'll be lots of lessons learned. I'm looking forward to it because this particular beach we're going to is a beach that I've wanted to go to for a long time. I'm looking forward to it. So we'll go see what we can see.
I'm pretty stoked. Check this out.
Packing light, I see.
I think I lost the ultralight competition. Now I'm working on this bear canister because the raccoons apparently are intense.
Got that nice large bag. I'm using my Shimoda 60 liter. It'll be interesting. I tried really hard to save weight. Only taking a couple lenses, one camera. We'll see how it goes. Oh, that was deep. Oh, that was deep. So this is the plight of the landscape photographer. It's a beautiful day. We had clouds in the parking lot. They've all gone away. What are we gonna do now? Beautiful hike though. So we've made it out to the area that we've came to check out, and we've lost our clouds. Isn't that always the way it goes? You know, we had lots of clouds when we parked in the parking lot. By the time we got out here, the majority of the clouds have dissipated. According to Clear Outside, which is an app that I use, we're supposed to have some more clouds roll in, so hopefully that's the case. Beautiful hiking weather. It's at like 70 degrees, something like that. Enough to work up a bit of a sweat, but absolutely a gorgeous hike. So now that we're out here, we're kind of getting the lay of the land, figuring out where the sun's gonna be setting, kind of just exploring the area. That's the nice part about camping in a spot, is you're not really rushed for time. We're just kind of exploring, seeing all the different stuff that we have available to us. It's beautiful. Look at these gorgeous sea stacks. It's one of the things that you get on the northern Washington coast that you don't get in other parts of the Washington coast or other parts of the West Coast in general, or the trees growing out of the tops of the sea stacks. I love that. So we're gonna go figure out where we're gonna camp and hydrate a little bit and see what we can figure out for sunset. So I finally have my campsite set up. First time setting up a new tent and a new design is always a good time. Makes you feel really, really smart. For those that are interested, I went with this particular tent. It's a Nemo Hornet 2-person tent. I got it because it's incredibly light. It actually, I think the trail weight is under 2 pounds, which is really, really light. I've also got an REI little sleeping pad. It's also fairly light. Then I got the very lightest sleeping bag I could find. It goes down to 30 degrees. It's just kind of an Amazon special. We'll see how it does. It's kind of made out of the same stuff as a like a down jacket, a puffy jacket. So this is going to be my campsite. Jordan has a completely different setup. He's got a hammock set up back here in the trees. Let's go check it out.
I always end up like having to set this thing up over stuff, which is probably the worst part about it, but once you get up high enough, like, it doesn't really matter. Yeah, this is the hammock setup.
Feels like a little fort.
Exactly, makes you feel like a little kid. It's got an under quilt, so it's like a half of a sleeping bag. So essentially, if you sleep on a sleeping bag in your hammock, you actually compress the sleeping bag and it's less warm. So by hanging it underneath you, it actually warms you up with less weight. And you can also open up and let air through it, and it kind of cools you off, which is really cool.
Nice. Is it hard to get in?
No, not really. You just kind of ass up into it.
Oh, dude, I don't know that I would trust this with my weight.
Oh no, it's rated to like 1,000 pounds. And I don't think you weigh 1,000 pounds, Nick.
No, not quite.
Not quite. Not yet. No.
So it's fat boy approved.
Hey, I'm a pretty solid guy myself, so I think you'd be just fine. And the trick is you sleep sideways, like this.
Like a little baby. Oh, side. Okay.
Diagonally.
Okay.
And it creates like a firm sleeping surface.
And you kind of have neck support there,
yep,
too.
Exactly.
That's nice.
And you got a little pillow, you know, and then depending on how hot or cold you want it, you can loosen or tighten the underquilt. Because as soon as you pull this down, you can feel the breeze. And this stuff doesn't keep you warm at all, the parachute material, you know?
Yeah.
So as soon as you pull this up, like, you magically feel warmer.
Wow.
And then
you have some kind of bug cover?
I do have a bug cover, which I didn't set up because it's kind of constricting.
Yeah.
So
it's very cocoon-like.
Very cocoon-like. So unless I really need it,
I
don't.
how your feet are dangling off. That's cute. You look like a little kid.
Yep. Well, yeah, you give yourself a little nudge, and you can just like rock to sleep.
That's pretty cool.
Also, too, if it's really nice out, you can roll up the rain sleeve and just sleep out in the open.
Nice.
Or if it's too cold or nasty, you can lower it and tuck yourself in more. So you can really, like, you know, I've slept in downpour and no problems with it at all.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, it's super fun.
Cool. And it feels like a little fort. And
yeah,
you feel
it feels
like a little kid,
fort,
right?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Come hang out, guys.
Guy know the password.
Yeah. I'm just hoping none of the there's no spiders or creepy crawlies underneath me. So we'll find out. Yeah, so that's why I didn't set up back here. It's really nice, but two things. There's not as much airflow, so I kind of thought it might be a little stuffy. And the more undergrowth you have, more spiders and bugs and potentially ticks. I think I'm gonna stay on the beach and listen to the ocean. Yeah, so we just filled up our water bottles in the stream. I've got this this water filtration made by Hydro Blue, and you can see how nice and brown that is. Let's see how it tastes. It doesn't taste terrible. It doesn't taste like brown water. Everything inside of me says don't drink it. That's a bad idea, but it seems to be working, so we're gonna cook dinner with this. But just out of the little stream over here. Oh yeah. This is like a slow-mo beer commercial, you know, where it's like, it won't come out. So we've had our dinner. All seems to have gone well. I don't feel sick yet, so the filter appears to have worked. Now we're gonna walk over, start spying some compositions. Sky, not looking promising.
So clouds have still not moved in like we had hoped. It's funny, the forecast actually said that we had a chance of rain tonight. It's not looking like it. I think they just always say that in the Pacific Northwest. So we just never got the clouds that we were hoping to get, unfortunately. And you know what? That's okay. It gives me a reason to come back to this beautiful beach because there's definitely a lot of potential here. Many composition possibilities here. There's so many really cool sea stacks. There's a lot of really interesting rock formations to use as leading lines. And I think it's going to be more photogenic, maybe different during a different time of year, but definitely during different conditions. There is some high wispy clouds up there, but I believe that marine layer is going to choke it out. But that's the nice part about camping is if something does happen, I can just walk right over here and we can nab it. So maybe we'll get some conditions in the morning, maybe we won't. And if we don't, I'm totally okay with that because it gives me a reason to come back to this beautiful beach. Sometimes you don't get perfect conditions and you just have to be okay with that. It's something I'm working on with myself. I don't always have to get some kind of epic, stunning image every single time I go out. It doesn't mean I'm a failure. It just means I didn't get the conditions I was hoping for. So I may have spoke a little bit too soon. The light has definitely improved. We had some high wispy clouds that couldn't really see until the sun completely set, and they did catch color for a little bit. It left me scrambling to come back to the area that I shot before with the sea stack with the trees growing out of it. And I don't know if I got a good shot. It was so hurried, honestly, and I was shooting in a strange white balance. It's kind of hard to judge, but I was really trying to time the water as it was lapping over the rock. I'm gonna blend the shots that I have of the water kind of lapping over the rock, shot that at about 1/5 of a second. I'm gonna combine that with the lower ISO shots of the background where I did a 3-shot bracket, going to exposure blended. It's a very big dynamic range. Hopefully it comes out. I don't know. But it's definitely more than I thought we were going to get. It's funny how it just kind of, clouds come in at the last minute, catch just that last little bit of light. It's a nice little surprise. Now we're gonna go back to camp. We'll see you guys in the morning. Our clouds rolled in, just too many of them now. 'Tis the plight of the photographer, or plight of the landscape photographer, especially in the Pacific Northwest. It literally went from the clear skies that we had to this heavy cloud cover within minutes after sunset. And now there will not be a sunrise. We have a super low tide, so it means we can go explore and kind of keep ideas for next time when we come, because I will be back. Hopefully we'll get different conditions when I come back, but it's never guaranteed. Sometimes we put way too much pressure on ourselves to come away with good photos every time we go out, and the reality is that's just not gonna happen. And you gotta be okay with that. I'm out adventuring in the Pacific Northwest. I got to camp on a beautiful beach, which was awesome, by the way. Got coffee in hand, all is well. So we'll see you guys in the next video. Hopefully we'll get photos in that next video, and we'll see you next time. Take it easy, everybody.